Right now, today, in maternity hospitals around this country, mothers are giving birth and their partners are in a car park, in a car below, not with them. And as you leave this chamber today, ministers, you will hear the voices of thousands of women who are protesting outside of this House because there is a cruel and inhumane restriction policy in some hospitals still in this country. Now, recently, and as early as today, we've had the Minister express criticism of those restrictions, say that the government does not agree with those restrictions, however, then shrugging their shoulders and saying that they can't do anything about it. And worse than that, when ministers are pushed on why they're not doing something about it, they actually revert back to saying that there is maybe a health reasons why this isn't happening. And, ministers, you can't have it both ways. Either this is wrong and it needs to stop, or it's right and you allow these hospitals to continue. Saying it's wrong and then not following through on that is speaking from both sides of your mouth. Any suggestion that the Minister can't do more is grossly misleading. We in Aontú are putting forward this bill here today, and this bill, if passed, will ensure from now on that mothers can always be accompanied during childbirth or on occasions before and after with a partner of their choice. Now, last year a number of emails were released to me by the Department of Health under Freedom of Information, and these were a selection of emails to the Minister from women who were pregnant during COVID, and these are heartbreaking emails, Minister. And I'd like to just put a couple of them on the record if I can. One woman recounted her experience to me in the email to the Minister, and I quote, "I had to sit in a room alone to be told that my baby had died. I was sent from this room alone, reeling from what I had just heard, to sit in a busy corridor sobbing alone. This is simply unacceptable," she points out. "At no point was I allowed to have my husband present to provide any sort of comfort. I sat for hours alone and broken in one of your maternity hospitals. Not a single person offered me the comfort that I craved or needed." In another email to Stephen Donnelly on the 5th of October 2020, a woman recalled a miscarriage that she had. And again, I quote, "The monitor turned dark and the midwife told me that there was no heartbeat. It was an unexpected, earth-shattering experience that no woman should have to go through, especially alone." She says, "It's a scandal of our time that women are forced to endure this by themselves." Separately, another citizen sent an email to the Taoiseach, and the Taoiseach sent it to the Minister for Health on the 28th of September 2020. In this email, the individual says, "My wife has experienced 9 miscarriages in the last 6 years, and my wife is in early pregnancy at the moment. And while this is great news and we are delighted, we are really nervous and really anxious due to our history." Now, when you listen to those excruciatingly difficult personal stories, Minister, how can you reconcile that with the fact that nightclubs will be open in this state on the 23rd of October without restrictions? How can you reconcile the experience of these women with the fact that you will have situations where all of hospitality will be back to normal in literally a number of weeks? I'm always concerned when I hear a government say that there's only so much we can do on a particular issue, that Minister Donnelly has said that he wants these restrictions lifted, but the individual hospitals responsible for their own restrictions. This is a cop-out. You are in government, you are in power, you have the majority, you create the laws, and you create the rules that exist in this country. You can't say that you are in some way a passenger on this ship. You're driving the ship of state at the moment in time. How come a small opposition party such as Aontú can develop a bill that gets to the heart of the issue, that seeks for a safe accompaniment of mothers by a partner in their time of need, and do it safely? In our bill states that a person will have to prove that they through an antigen test or some other tests, that they don't have COVID, and that they don't have any symptoms, etc. But that still, if that is the case, if it's safe to go in and accompany their partner to be able to do it, I would urge everybody from this House to support this bill and help it go through the Dáil as quick as possible.
Thank you, Deputy. Is the bill being opposed? The bill is not being opposed, so the motion for leave to introduce is agreed. David Tobin, will you move that the second stage be taken in private members' time?
Bugam, Leatherhull.
Go Gormagat, the Shishinenta, Gorgicus Reach.